Hi guys, welcome to Keeping It Simple Crafts. I hope everyone is doing good. Sorry I had the camera turned wrong in this video, but I promise it gets better. I had it turned right in the rest of the video. Today we're going to be making a Christmas yardstick door swag, or you could use it as a centerpiece or a garland. Please remember, if you like this video, to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you as a subscriber. First, you're going to want to take your yardstick. Now, you do not have to cut it, but I cut mine at 24 inches. You will need one roll of the 10-inch fabric mesh or Deco Mesh. I am using the thin stripe fabric mesh that I ordered online from Craft Outlet, and I also ordered this adorable Gnome Ribbon from Craft Outlet. And you will want to have some ribbon with wire for a bow. You will need your pipe cleaners, wire cutters, scissors, hot glue gun, and glue sticks to get started. Next, I'm taking my mesh and I am cutting it into strips. Now I'm cutting my mesh at 22 inches. So I'm going to cut all of my 10-inch Deco Mesh at 22 inches for this door swag. Next, I'm going to take some pipe cleaners, and if you've seen my yardstick door swag tutorials, you kind of know how I do it. I always do a pattern. So I start out scooting down about a couple inches, and I wrap one single pipe cleaner around the yardstick and have it pointed up toward the ceiling in the center. Scoot down about 3 or 4 inches. Now I'm taking a pipe cleaner and I'm going to twist it on the left side. Then I'm going to get a second pipe cleaner, and right on top of it, I'm going to take that pipe cleaner and I'm going to give it a few twists and put it on the right side. So I'm going to follow a pattern. So I'll have a single, a double, a single, a double, and so on. You could spray paint your yardstick if you wanted to before you get started, so that's totally optional. It doesn't show, but if you're worried about it showing, you might want to spray paint it first. So this is how it looks with the pipe cleaners. So I started out with a single, double, and continued all the way down the 24 inches. Next, I'm taking some ribbon and I'm going to make 12-inch tails. I only added the 12-inch tails to the Deco Mesh that I put on a single pipe cleaner. Now I'm just dovetailing the ends, so fold the ribbon in half with the edges to the left side, go to the folded side and cut away from the fold, and that makes the pretty V on the ends. Next, we're ready to add our Deco Mesh, and I'm using the ruffle method. You'll want the ends to curl down toward the table. Take your fingers and walk them up the center of your Deco Mesh, and it kind of makes a little bow tie or a ruffle. Once you have it gathered, now I'm only adding the ribbon on the ones that are on the single pipe cleaner. So I just took my 12-inch tail, just pinched it in the center, and added it right on top of the Deco Mesh. Now I'm going to my top pipe cleaner and just going to twist the Deco Mesh in. Now you could drill a hole in the top of the yardstick if you're planning on hanging it up and using it as a door swag. Make sure that you fluff your ruffle each time, and also your ribbon. Same steps, make sure your edges are curled toward the table or curled down. Take your fingers and just slowly walk up the center of your Deco Mesh, and this is cut at 22 inches. Make your little ruffle, keep it pinched tightly in the center. Now I'm going to a double pipe cleaner, so I'm going to the one on my left. Take your Deco Mesh, push it down to the yardstick, then give that pipe cleaner a few twists, and then fluff your ruffle. I forgot to mention that after you have your pipe cleaners on your yardstick, then you might want to add a little hot glue so that they don't move, but usually I don't have any problems. But if you'd like to add a couple dots of hot glue so that they don't move, you could. And now I'm taking the other piece of Deco Mesh, making a ruffle. Now this one's going to go on the right side of the double pipe cleaner. Same steps. So just take your Deco Mesh, place it in the pipe cleaner, give it a few twists, and then fluff your ruffle. Okay, notice I pulled a little bit too hard. That's no problem. Just give the pipe cleaners a few twists again and then continue fluffing. I only added the ribbon tails on the single pipe cleaners, so that's totally up to you, but I think it's enough ribbon, so I just added it only on the singles, but you could do it on all the ruffles if you would like. So this is how it looks. Now if you're wanting to make yours look more like a teardrop on the very top, you might want to add an extra ruffle to the top, maybe do like 2 singles close together to make it a little bit fuller at the top. So this is how it looks, and as you can see, you can't see the yardstick now. Okay, and you can see I had quite a bit of the Deco Mesh left. Now I'm taking the adorable Gnome Ribbon that I ordered at Craft Outlet, and I believe it's 3 inches, and I cut the ribbon at 22 inches. Oh, sorry, 24 inches. You can make this yardstick, door swag, or centerpiece for any season or any holiday. I am making mine for Christmas, and I usually make one for each season and each holiday. And so here's my strips of ribbon that I cut at 24 inches, and I cut a total of 7 strips. Okay, first you're going to want to take your strip of ribbon and you're going to make a loop. Now you'll want to keep some material below your fingers so that when you add your wire that does not pull out. So you'll want to keep a couple inches below your thumb, and then you'll have your tail hanging down. So just make your loop, probably about a 5 or 6 inch loop. Then same steps, get your next strip, pinch it together, leave some below your thumb, and then you have your tail. Okay, so I put one on the left, one on the right, and my tails are facing in opposite directions, and just turn it so that the pretty side is facing the ceiling. So I have 2 strips, and I'm trying to check to make sure my loops are the same size. Same steps. So I'm going to take my strip of ribbon, make about a 6 or 7 inch loop, keep a little bit of material below my fingers, and notice I'm placing it back on the other side, and I have my tail going in another direction. Next strip of ribbon, making a loop, gathering it together, keeping some material left below my fingers. Now see how I turned that loop on the right side, but my tail's going in a diagonal pattern from the other one. So kind of notice I'm doing kind of like an X pattern with the tails and the loops. I have several bow tutorials on my channel. I uploaded a Christmas one without any tails, and then I did one with some fall ribbon. So if you have any questions or want me to link a bow tutorial for you, if this one's not the one you're looking for, then let me know and I will try to link a bow tutorial for you. But the reason I'm doing this one this way is because by doing it this way, it does not take much time at all to shape your bow, because your tails are spread out and your loops are already spread out too. Just remember that when you tie a bow, ribbon with wire makes the prettiest bows, because the wire makes the loops stand up and it holds its shape. Now I'm just taking some floral wire, wrapping it tightly around the center of my ribbon, and then I gave it a few twists. Leave your wires long, and here you'll want to go back and dovetail the ends. And then guys, you'll see how quickly this bow takes shape. It's very easy to fluff your bow. Good quality ribbon makes the prettiest bows too. This ribbon came from Craft Outlet, and I think it's super cute with the little gnomes on it. Right now my daughter, she really likes gnomes, and so we've bought several gnome Christmas ornaments. Okay guys, so this is the way my bow looks. Let me know what you think of this style bow. It's really simple to make and so easy to shape, and it makes a pretty big bow. And making bows is something very important, and it just really makes your wreath or whatever you're working on look so much prettier. So just take your time and be patient. Next, I'm taking the wires that are on the bow, threading them through the Deco Mesh at the top of the door swag. Make sure you thread it through the Deco Mesh. Don't go around the Deco Mesh because that changes the shape of the Deco Mesh. So take your time, thread the wires through the Deco Mesh, then go to the back and give the wires a few twists and fold them down. Now when you get finished, you could add a strip of felt to cover up the yardstick so that way it doesn't scratch your door or your wall. For my yardstick door swags, I usually like to add 2 or 3 bows. So for my next bow, I didn't make any loops. I just cut 6 strips at 15 inches. Now I'm just taking my strip of ribbon, pinching it in the center, and now I'm just going to layer my strips of ribbon. So take your second strip, pinch it in the middle, kind of make a X shape, and just continue the same process. So if you're having trouble making bows with loops, this is a great option and it turns out really cute. In this video, I show you 2 ways that you can style this yardstick, door swag, or centerpiece. Now, if you're using it as a centerpiece, I kind of like to put a huge bow in the center and like on the left and right side, maybe some big Christmas ornaments or maybe some big flowers. But usually for the yardstick door swags, I usually like to do like at the top a big bow, at the bottom a smaller one, and either a sign or something cute in the center. I also wanted to mention that I am going to be doing a Christmas giveaway, and so if you would comment on the Christmas tutorials, this is my 3rd one, so just leave me a comment, and most of you already do that and I appreciate it, but that way whenever you comment I'll write your name down and that way you have an entry. And also if you want to leave your Instagram handle for me, that gives you an extra entry. I will share more details later on about my giveaway, but just leave a comment on all of my Christmas tutorials that I do for October and November. And this giveaway is only for US residents. I am sorry those of you that watch from other places and other countries, but this is for US residents. I love you all, but I haven't ever shipped out of the country, so I don't know how expensive that is. Next, I decided to take some Dollar Tree Christmas floral picks and make a little swag. So I just put them one on the left, one on the right, overlapped the stems, zip tied them together. Then I went back and fluffed them, and now I'm just placing the tiny little swag in one of the center pipe cleaners and going to give it a few twists. Now, if you noticed, I had picked up some gnomes from, I picked some up at Walmart, Dollar Tree, and Dollar General, but I ended up going with this one from Dollar Tree, but a big Christmas ornament is also a great option. So I didn't want to mess up this ornament, so I took a piece of floral wire, just threaded it through the back, and that way I can reuse it later if I would like. A cute sign is also a great option for the center of this door swag, but here I just decided to wire on this little gnome. Now, I had a bigger gnome picked out, but it just overpowered the wreath, so that's why we went with the Christmas ornament size gnomes. And then you'll want to go back when you get finished and trim off the pipe cleaner shorter. You could also add some more floral picks or some shatterproof Christmas ornaments if you wanted to. Here I'm just hot gluing on some of the styrofoam Christmas table scatter to the center of the bows. I just kind of like to dress up the bows by doing that, so just be very careful when you're using your hot glue gun. And this is how it looks hanging on my door. I decided to take it outside because you really couldn't see the Deco Mesh just blended in with the door. You'll have to let me know if you like it better as a door swag or as a centerpiece. I just moved the bow and put it in the center and removed the smaller one, and then I took some of the big Dollar Tree Christmas ornaments and put one on the left and one on the right. So let me know which way you think it's prettier, as a door swag or a centerpiece. Don't forget to leave me a comment below. I hope you're doing well and staying safe. Thank you so much for watching.